So Mr. Ken Coast ni aje buda jo?
Fiti bro ni aje?
Wewe unajua umekuwa an equal Nini supporter from day one. Umekuwa member I think for 2 years. Ama umekuwa member for how long?
Tangu I think tangu the very start.
Yani uliamua tu kila mwezi ikatwe tu. Haunaga hata shughuli. Asante jo.
Kitu fiti supportiwe
tunashukuru.
Hii support tuache kwa kufanya ikuwe ni maneno tu.
So tunangoja Kafu the Truth. Alafu tubongejwa hizi ma hip hop rap battles, unajua. So
Fiti hata nitafute earbuds nione kama hiyo sound ita improve.
Cause mimi nakusikia vizuri kabisa, najisikia vizuri. Okay, mic level yangu ilikuwa 4 and normally inakuwaga 6, so I changed that. And then nika reduce nini cause headphone yangu nilikuwa nimepeleka 7. So nachiki kila mtu anasema sauti iko sawa. So inakaa tu ni wewe. Ile time unatafuta earbuds hata nigote watu kadhaa. Blessed 112 anasema hold up Moaf, you on today cause on Friday tuko na stima. So yeah. Economy has to have a live every week. So the fact that the Friday one didn't happen the way it's supposed to happen, nilikuwa nimeshikilia phone, so that's not a true live. So I was like, on Sunday we'll do this, but then Sunday ni siku ya Ian ya family, so he could not join me. So that's the reason. So wacha nigote watu kadhaa hapa. Tanzania, Gambia, Don Halifa kama kawaida, Wang'ombe, Dudes of Nare, IT Electronics Hub, Hilary Shionzo, Ian wa kama kawaida Bank, Blank Investments, mute Ken Coast anatafuta vitu anatafuta. Blank Investments, Kanywera Jose, alafu Jeff Griffin alizana niko na link ya Athletics Live. Akambwa iko KBC. Buda iko KBC jo. Usikue mtu wa kutafuta links na kitu kaiko KBC yani. Wacha tutry kugo legit pia. Yeah? KBC is free, Buda jo. Yeah? Astrod, Biko, Jeff Ochieng, Jeff Griffin, Dennis Karioki, Ngugi Ventures, Francis Musioki, Dennis Asgubas Liverpool, alafu kuna nani, Walboss Tom 254, Kish my world, Kish umepotea Buda jo, umepotea. YBN Msau, Austin Provo, Otieno Max, kuna Okelo Max na Otieno Max, Self-Made, Justus K, Jason Gallo kama kawaida, Carson Rono, Shantu Boy, Koech, Kenneth Keronga, Kev Mutonga, ni Kenneth Karongo, ni Karongo. Okay, ni Karongo. Sawa, wacha nichekikana nie amerudi poa, acha ni unmute. So, unanisikia vizuri saizi ya mazi?
Sasa iko fiti. Kumbe ilikuwa ni setting ya nini ya audio ndio nimechange.
Okay. So, I think sijui kama nani iko na internet anaitwa nani hicho? Best yetu. Kafu the Truth. Yeah, but before, because podcast baadaye tutago into other stuff happening hapa Kenya, but in the meantime nikaona wacha nibonge na wase wale najua ni ma rap fans waniambie jo. So Rosary alitoa ngoma yake inaitwa Mama Omolo, ilitokea on Friday. Was it on Friday? Alafu video imetokea leo. Yeah. So judgment yako?
First off, I think it's very clear.
Omolo. KHALIGRAPH call out TZ. What did you feel about that?
I think the guy is just bored. I think the lack of competition of Kamali. Then I think he's a very insightful guy, because iko compares unajua as an MC you start becoming blunt.
Yeah.
Sharpness inaisha because there's no steel to sharpen your steel. So ukicheki like the last song he did, there's the last release alifanya.
Minimal Pressure.
In my view it wasn't. Yes, Minimal Pressure.
Yeah.
In my view kuna vile ina digress into complacency kidogo, inaanza kuwa ni kama inapoteza edge kidogo. So I think this is just a way ya kujichallenge once again to just look for steel to sharpen his steel. But pia I think alifanya in a smart way because like it's clear that hiyo ngoma tayari alikuwa nayo in the bag hata before call out.
Yeah.
Hiyo ilikuwa calculated. Then the way I frame kama this at the same time ni props. So watu wamejump the gun. So tu MCs are just competitive. Alafu sasa ikikuja ni mambo ya nationhood, kutetea nchi na nini na nini. Watu wana
patriotism.
Yes, but overall I think it's a good thing. Anything that brings excitement and brings the buzz back is always a good thing. Sasa kwa the response ya Rosary, response time yake kwanza iliniimpress. Hata ungefikiria probably ni kitu imepangwa na both sides. But the response time ilikuwa fiti, then also the way she went about it. Alitumia the same aliborrow from Kali's script ya kusema that nitamadress kwa lugha yenu, sasa yeye akafanya the reverse. Iko just na Sheng, and she actually sijui much about her, but ni kama amekaa Kenya.
Nasikia nilicheki kuna msali ni correct, akaniambia mwafu ufanyagi research. Udem aliishi apparently aligrow up Rongai, alafu apart from kugrow up Ronga alisomea Kenya na akaenda USIU. Of course USIU haiwezi msaidia na Sheng, but I think hiyo part ya alisomea Kenya. So that's why like Sheng yake ni Sheng yetu kabisa. Alafu pia unanotisiki kilami yake waga outside TZ kabisa. Cause me like one of my favorite MCs from TZ waga Darasa, na every time Darasa kichapa zile buzz zake za kilami waga na feel funny about it, unajua. But Udem akidu kilami waga na feel like yuko comfortable, yuko so ni juu ya Kenya, alisomea Kenya.
Then that explains a lot. Yani vile na then reaction time again pia kwa the video. Yani analalia hiyo line kabisa.
Overall umeonaje hiyo video?
Overall video pia iko on point. Iko on point. Just something simple, haijakuwa complicated sana ku take away attention from the buzz, which is what all this whole thing is about. I think ame execute fit. Hata look yake kwa video iko sawa. And again, the equally impressive is that as much as I think she was the first to respond, if I'm not wrong. But kwa zile zote zimekuja after, I would we will talk about the others, but I think hers is up there. It's in my top 2 kwa zile za TZ ambazo
that's the funny thing, cause niki set up saizi for hii show niko naisikiza sasa vizuri, and cause I'd seen Nani's reaction, I'd seen like DJ Zach's reaction to it, and I was zile za like damn, like vilikuwa mereact niko like, unajua Zach ni msana understand battles, so like why does he think this song is this good? Cause sikuwa nimeisikiza vizuri, cause ile first listen, you listen to something fast, you're like then you listen to it again and you're like damn, it was actually a very dope song. It's a very dope diss track.
It is.
Because now even before we talk about it and maybe tuingie into maybe one of your favorite bars kwa hiyo ngoma, ulichukuaje Bongo Flava? Because Bongo Flava I felt like it was a letter to Tanzania, it was not a diss track. Like the way wanakuja weni matako sijui weni nini tukuvalishe panti, wanakuja na hasira, but I felt like when I listened to it was more of an ode to like TZ, like hey yajejo used to be the shit, what happened? Ulichukuaje? Sikuichukua kama diss tracks, sikuichukua kama I Ran 254 ama King Kali 2, because King Kali 2 to me is like one of the best diss tracks ever.
I think nitachukulia the whole setup kwanzia ile message yake, I think was it on Facebook, the initial call out, because you really set up the whole thing. The song itself, you're totally right, yo ni a love letter to TZ. then adding some controversy which always sells. But I think what they're responding to, walikuwa na respond to ile kitu. And they set up, there was layers to vile set up because alipata 24 hours. But sasa what they were responding to were his words kwa hiyo message. But sasa ya ngoma, now it may bring another dimension baadaye. But the overall setup ilikuwa smart. Ili keep the conversation going. But again, I felt they were too emotional to vile wali respond. Mpaka guys I would have expected better from. Disappoint kiasi.
So Rosary ulifeel alikuwa emotional?
No. Rosary, she felt like, I mean, it felt like she was having fun with it.
Yeah.
Alijibamba sana better akirekodio kitu. There was no emotion behind it. That's why it took.
Alafu ile nibamba pia vile alikuwa anatumia ile kuzio ya Omolo again ni mada sana. So for her to use it, she used it in such a creative way. The same way kuna urapa anajita ni Motra the Future ama Motra the what?
Thank you. Motra the Future. That is actually my favorite of the responses.
Yeah. Alafu nacheki vile artist juu tutakumaliza alafu kile tutabakisha tu ni alafu inashana ngoma inaishi hapo. So I found that the use of the nilifind ikiwa dope sana on both tracks. So Rosary, nini likubamba? Tukigo back to Rosary. Like Rosary, what bamba do you ama nini alifanya ikakubamba?
First of all, of course, that her sheng was impeccable.
Yeah.
Vile tu alikuwa ana flow kwa hiyo ngoma. At some point ni kama alikuwa she used a lot from Kali. Because an address alitailor make kwa Kali. Hata the hook. Hata hiyo high pitcher. Mama Omolo. Yaani kuna vile ilikuwa na sound kama Kali ana. It was very clear who it was for. Hiyo ndio kitu ilinibamba, ni package fiti.
Yeah, okay. Because vile nimesema vile nimesikiza like I think nimesikiza like twice ama thrice leo, just ile back to back, just trying to get into her mental space, and I found it was actually a very dope diss track, and it's also a banger, ni kaka club banger fulani, najua ni kitu watu wanaweza sikiza kwa club
Those are the best diss tracks.
So
diss track ya nani ya Drake ya McMill ikiwa nominated for best song kwa Grammys.
Sa hapo tukianza kuingia Drake McMill ndo kumenipoteza jo. Miwa garasa jo. I got left in the 90s and early 2000s, and apart from that now the only new rapper I'm listening to right now, like the only new rapper na neza patia msana anaitwa Mazdel credit ni umse wa double and triple entendres anaitangwa nani? Ransom is the guy I'm listening to. Otherwise, I don't listen to a lot of people. Sijaskiza kina Benny the Butcher. Sijaskiza. I just moved away. And I know it's sad, but at some point I had to stop. I had like too much rap to listen to. And I still need to leave some space for Lingala. So like yeah, I need my Lingala. I need my Kapuka. I need my Gengeton. So so kuna wale rappers ukiniwekea gun kwa kichwa uniambia like name 3 McMill songs unanitandika risasi, like it's that sad.
Ilikuwa ni diss Drake aliandika, but the effectiveness of it was that unadisiwa, imagine unadisiwa, then see of course this yako utaisikia, then ukienda out kwa club unasikia, kila club ukienda unasikia tu diss song yako, so like it follows you. So this song ambayo pia iko nini ambayo pia ni banga inaongeza reach, inafanya inakuwa more potent.
Yeah. So that was that. Alafu tukibonga juu ya rap, Moi Junior, Motra the Future, umechekeaje?
That was my favorite. Boys, I think
research juu ya Kenya, si ndio?
That guy even ushasikia song zake zingine prior?
Sini nakwambia like kitu moja sikuagi as active as I should be, like especially on the TZ scene. I'm very very ignorant. Mi nilikuwaga ule msee wa siku za kina J, vile J aliretire, I've not followed it up as much. So yeah, nimesema like I'll be honest, kuna wase wengi sana sijui, nimewalan saa hizi after hii beef yote ndo nimewalan, niko like I'd want to listen to more, so what are the future I'd want to listen to more.
Ukirudi kwa hiyo nini, kwa hiyo zone ya kucheki new MCs, I think he's the guy kwa hii new crop ya TZ artists. He's the one who excites me most. Nikitoa akina Stamina, Motra be my favorite. He has a very interesting way of putting together his buzz. And he's someone worth checking out.
Okay, because kitu linibamba ni kuna a few of the lines that I had him talk about ni sisi kawa Kenya supendaga sana kuenjoy TZ juu ya their broken English, so yeye alibonga sasa juu yetu and our broken Swahili. Sijui chekio design ati come to Kenya the way si ongea Kiswahili ye ni kamusi acheki meaning that he understands it on a certain level that sisi hatu understand, so I found that to Nini. Alafu kuna hii line moja alisema juu ya Pinye, tuko na roho kama ya DJ Pinye, nikashindwa like do Tanzanians hate DJ Pinye ama like
no.
Rap ya DJ Pinye huko ni
no, that's proof that this guy really did his research. Prior interviews za Kali akiongea about his come up, who always want to mention that Pinye alikata video zake za kwanza. So this guy really did his damn research.
Yeah.
Au jamaa.
I feel like that's not mpaka inaanza kufeel like that's not research you do in 24 hours. So inamaanisha ni kitu tu ile maybe kuna huyu MC moja umpendagi but he always says like I have a rhyme that would destroy any, for each MC I have one bar. So unajua KRS-One. So I feel like Motra alikuwa amedo the same, like he had some bars that just in case let me have this bar for this guy, because I always do that amount of research in 24 hours because yake pia alitokea basically in 24 hours. He talked so much about Kenya that I was like this is too much knowledge about Kenya. Like unasema ati alikuwa anaenjoy DJ Pinye because of Calligraph, that means he knew, unajua like this Calligraph guy alikosanaga na huu DJ Pinye, let me throw that in. I feel like that's too much to do in 48 hours.
Unless you have a very good team.
Yeah.
That's for a very good team and very good internet. So pull up stuff, this might be interesting, then he creates rhymes around that.
Alafu hii nini kuna pali asema before kumuongelea Chidi, ongelea Vigeti. Kali ashabonga juu ya Chidi?
I'm not sure kama in this song alimtaja.
Yeah. Because nakunga nimeisikiza but sikusikia anything ametaja juu ya Chidi.
Unless in the past I might have missed that, but mostly Kali akiongea kuhusu in this one ulisikia akisema kuna wale ma legend ambao hawezi akawataja akina Feed Q. So mostly akiongea kuhusu like the OGs ana respect, no fun.
Yeah, so iba kwako ili make what sense, like what came to your mind? Because me a certain thing came to my mind. I was like, damn, this guy has done his research.
It was about the struggles how artists how mawaji wawili na drugs.
Yeah, because that's the same thing nili feel.
That is the common thread.
Because TZ drugs waga serious yani. Najua hizi zetu ni mchezo. Because hizi zetu lazima uende Mombasa jo. TZ inakuwaga ni serious. Imemesma artist wengi sana.
TZ ni noma. Najua nilikanga Arusha 1 year and like a month. Yeah. So now talking of drugs, ile kitu sijaelewa ni how weed is not a big issue but miraa is.
Nini Arusha?
Yeah, like babu tulikuwa nao ambao walikuwa ungedhani wanatafuta cocaine. By time wanapata veve wameingia place nyingine ni kama video game levels. Wamefika kwa level 6 ndio hiyo stuff. Yaelewa hiyo logic.
But sasa Bongo itself, like Dar es Salaam huko ni hard drugs, si ndio? Dar es Salaam it's actually about cocaine, heroin ama
kule. It's a pandemic.
Yeah.
And I think it's a thing with this coastal cities, because Yonanata hapa kwetu Mombasa is like the most affected. So it's about, I think it has, ni kama hizo shida zinakuja na meli literally.
Yeah, makes sense. Alafu pia kulikuwa na hii ati ulitoa tint kidogo kuwe Terensi. Ulisikia hiyo?
Yeah, unakumbuka hiyo interview? I think it was the Trend.
Yeah.
Kali aliwahi looking very very brown.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, and then there was the whole controversy mpaka akatoa ile toa tint, which was a super dope song.
Yeah. But sijui anarefer to Terence mgani?
Si Terence Creative. Vile Terence uchapaga makeup ya Nganodhia.
Wakati
nimeanza kumuita vitu za nani hicho, nimeanza kumuita vitu za Kibe, si Nganodhia. Ile unaunderstand kile namaanisha nga something. Akibonga kama mse wa bongo. Papa Freddy, waga Papa Freddy. Yes. So kuna hiyo. Alafu alisema like Rayvanny alikuwa bonge la freestyler. Nimekuwa nikisikia historia ati Rayvanny alianza kakara hapa. Ulikuwa unajua story?
Rayvanny until afanya ngoma na King Kaka siko nimesikia.
Yeah.
I don't listen to I think the only artists I listen, I mean singers, I think ni Alikiba tu actually. hata Diamond Rose ngoma zake banana.
Yeah. Okay. Mimi naishigi familia yangu iko na ties za TZ, so I know TZ-ish a lot. So hapo ni kimoja naweza kuambia you're missing out, man. Like TZ has singers, they can't perform on stage for shit, which is I always judge them for that, because a lot of artists can't perform on stage. A lot of artists don't have that presence, and it's something you work on. The only reason muonge ambaya juu ya TZ is because they make so much money from it, like you have to now work on it. You understand? Like someone who makes zero money from artistry, if they don't have that stage, what I understand. You have other things you're thinking about. Lakini we ni mtu kama the Zuchus and the even Diamond, and all you can do ni playback, and you're making like mseka Diamond is $1 millionaire. Like it makes no sense. It makes no sense. You're $1 millionaire, alafu nakuja kuchapia watu playback. That's wrong.
But I think the reason watakuwa better than us statistically for a minute is also wako na ile moral. Unajua ile the way they support Tanzania supports the artists.
Yeah.
So like literally you can make a living, like and a very good one at that, from your music. Utapata psyche ya always kuangalia what can I improve, ili ni pia ni give back kwa watu na support na wapate the best experience vitu kama hizo. But hapa where music is taken as almost a hobby ama a part-time thing, unapatia watu just exactly what they deserve, they ask for.
But no, that's the interesting thing. Like with Kenyan artists, like there are Kenyan artists who are really good, sindio? Like neza patia na dem like this singing. Let me give you like 2 singers, girls. Kuna Atemi anakongania Atemi Oyungu.
Yes.
Alafu kuna Dela, sindio? These are very good singers, sindio?
And Sanaipe.
Yes. But nikuwa nakupatia wale au cause si wabigi ka Sanaipe. But with their level, like they're not huge artists. They compared to their talent. But when you see them on stage, you're like, damn, you'd think they get paid that Zuchu money. And when you see Zuchu on stage, you'd think she gets paid like upcoming Kenyan money. Najua ni ile like anatokeaga yuko super unprepared. The same thing na Diamond. Like Diamond he's the biggest artist in East Africa. We have to give him that. Najua like even if you are to look at his achievements hapa Africa, considering he uses Swahili na anajaza stadium sijui Gambia, even countries that don't speak Swahili, akina Ethiopia yo jaza mastadi, alafu find out that when he goes there he just jumps on stage, kuna playback, alafu he goes. that's just unacceptable for an artist of his. Unaonga Busta Rhymes akimuita the Michael Jackson of Africa. How can the
Yeah, I
Michael
remember.
Jackson of Africa do playback? Unaona? If he wasn't getting paid, I understand.
I think pia it's vile artist anajiview, so he might be the type of person ambaye ana invest so much in audio na video na image that he knows guys are just, yani ana create this persona ambao people will just be happy to see him. So sasa asha create hiyo, sasa anajua kazi yake ni just to show up. Hata akishow up na sneakers watu tu watalipa. So okay, it's not necessarily a good thing, but again it's a lot of work to be excellent in all those categories.
But think of the biggest artists in the world who are like his level, the ones with billions of streams. They are good in everything. Nacheki. Like the John Legends of this world. John Legend atakuwa hapa akikuchapia guitar na naimba, si ndio? Alicia Keys will do the same, anakuchapia guitar akiimba. So I don't find any excuse. Even if you are to come locally, we can say that Sauti Sol are very good at their craft, si ndio?
Yes.
Shona stage shows the Sauti Sol ni the same, they are very good. So I think tuna hiyo yake inakuwa unforgivable. You can't be asking for all that money just to come and jump on stage.
I think so ile kitu an artist akianza kufanya mambo na full stomach.
Yeah, inakuwa tricky.
Kuna watu ushiba haraka.
Yeah, because considering comedy ndio inakuwa the most affected.
And the reason I agree na wewe ni because once ameanza kujipata in those rooms with the busters of this world, with all those guys been, yes. Inafaa ku trigger next level.
Yeah, vile li trigger for nani Burna Boy.
Yeah.
Na Wizkid, because Burna Boy na Wizkid tunajua hawa Nigeria wanakuaga like design nyingine nini. So nacheki hapa Kafu alikuwa anasema kwa comments jo ameshindwa kuingia jo. Kafu jo, just cause uko Kibera jo imaanishi internet ya Kibera ni mbaya sana tu enjoy jo. Because Safaricom ni Safaricom. Whether uko Kibera ama uko wapi, wewe umetuenjoy jo. Cason Ronalds the name of the MC again, I think unamaanisha Motra the Future, si ndio anaitwa hivyo?
Yeah, Motra the Future. Huyo ama na refer to MC mgani exactly?
I think alikuwa anamaanisha hiyo because that's what we are talking about. Motra the Future, ngoma ilikuwa inaitwa Arap Moi Jr. Alafu still talking of TZ, another funny thing was this light skinned guy who can't speak English. Ni msewa nako tunako.
Yeah, that's what nimeona watu wakisema, but mimi sijamuona.
Yeah.
Maana sio anaitwa Fido Dido ama
anaitwa jina fulani hapo. Alafu kuzwasa wa TZ nashindagwa nao like what's this obsession na kizungu? Acha tu na kizungu. Si lazima ujue kuiongea. Kuziko pale namsikiza naona like yeah this English like Buddha jacha na English stick to Kiswahili na tuendelee tukiendelea. Afu anawenga akisema English
wakati una force it comes out comical, lakini if you can do it well, which reminds me there's another distract tunasahau. Kuna mwingine, I think it might have been the first actually. There's a guy amerhyme na very impeccable English.
Anaitwa nani? Anaitwa Fresh like ama si?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yake pia imekuwa very classy, very gentlemanly, yani but I think I'm executive vizuri. Kumbuka there's a comment kwa ile place ingine tulikuwa na discuss.
Yeah.
Someone was saying that the same criticism tunawapasha might be the same tulipasha Kali wakati anaanza.
Yeah.
Effect this. Then hata kwa this particular song si kuna a word or two pia anaeka that English which he has improved, he has perfected over time na stuff yake inatoka fit. So it's about the end product.
Mwingine wa nako tunako shida yangu ni he just can't speak English. Unajua Fresh like anaweza speak English and speaking English is not it's not a measure of intelligence. Let's get that clear. It's not a measure of intelligence. Like a lot of Chinese, a lot of Japanese haizi ongea hii lugha. They make some of the best engineers. A lot of Germans can't speak English. So it's not a measure of intelligence. Like wanasema tu ile like if you can't speak it, don't force it because it sounds bad. Kama huo msee sasa huo Vida, he's not rapping. Ilikuwa hiyo interview yake, ana interview na Kiswahili, alafu anajibu na Kizungu. Alafu akijibu na Kizungu iko hapo English. Like yeah, niko like Buddha just don't. Alafu ana Weng akisema English. Nachiki at least msapere fulani akisemanga English akwagi ana Weng, inakuwaga tu he's just speaking in his accent, and then cause now hapo nadedisha mosquito jo na mosquito mob hapa
Navamiwa.
navamiwa hapa jo nashindagwa ni nini jo sijui kama mto yangu ameacha mawindo kadhaa open because I thought I'd handle this ish but sikuwa nimehandle but Buddha so I guess hiyo ni kilikuwa natrai kubonga kitu fulani. Nafikiria at the end of the day I think Kali ameshinda because everyone in TZ is talking about him ama
yeah, in that aspect I may succeed. At least sometimes ni vizuri kutoa distraction from mapiano na stuff zingine watu wamekuwa wakifanya. Again, it's good kwa versatile but si vizuri kustray sana from the essence. Anyway, it's expected that hip hop it find its way into different other genres, Nini, because it's the most influential culture in the world. But it's good that guys are back to straight bars, and that's exactly what rap should be.
Yeah, because funny enough, personally, I've never had a problem with people using beats from other whatever. So, because we have to understand boom bap in its purest form is an American thing.
Yes.
And even when you look at boom bap in its purest form, lazima tuone watu walikuwa na sample the Marvin Gayes and the what. So they were sampling their own people. So now if an African artist is to come and start sampling African shit, I understand that. So I think problem yangu hata imekuwa without more than the rappers, my problem has been more about the singers. Because I feel like the singers had this sound, Swahili sound ya bongo, and they've moved away from it and picked up the South African sound. But sioni kama kuna shida yote ya nini. Funny enough, when it comes to beats, I don't have a problem with that because like some of my favorite tracks za hip hop, some have especially reggae beats. A lot of them have reggae beats. I used to love the Poor Righteous Teachers na Junior Reid ngoma fulani na like a dope reggae beat. One of the songs mutumia kutest sound yangu kujua kama if I have enough bass and what I need to do to tweak my bass when nikisikiza ngoma ni ngoma ya Maz na Slug na beat ya Colibats, a reggae beat. So personally I understand that, like even when by time Jay-Z alikuwa na shikana na Linkin Park for that Kirock, we'd already had the Linkin Park album before that. Yo Linkin Park album iko inaitwa nini? Inaitwa Re something. Ulikuwa naijua? Ile ilikuwa na kina Planet Asia, Dilated Peoples. Remember there was an album before Jay-Z did whatever with Linkin Park. Acha nione Linkin Park Planet Asia. I think itanipatia the name of the album. What was this? Kukonengo meko inaitwa Paper Cut. These songs were which album? Okay, I don't know. Like the name of the album. Yeah. But unaget hiyo kitu namaanisha like the boom bap thing it's super American, eh? Oh, ilikuwa inaitwa Reanimation. Yes, Reanimation. That was the name of the album. Reanimation came before Jay-Z and came before Jay-Z and so kuna kuna sengi nicheki kuna watu wako like oh Jay-Z was the first. No, he was not. And I say this as someone who loves Jay-Z, najua mpaka nimekuwaga accused of Jay-Z Nas debate waga side gani?
Juzi hata nimeweza put together some lists.
Yeah.
For me Jay is one. Is at one. Yeah, si debatable kwangu.
Yeah, because view yangu inakuwaga Nas is more intricate rhymer, si ndio? But Jay makes better songs, better albums.
Facts. And if not for anything else, huyu jamaa having a career kama hiyo, kuandika songs kwa kichwa.
Hey,
You have to,
that's crazy.
yeah, you have to have a
That's
special.
crazy. That's the one thing Musemaga. I don't know what he does, but I've never understood that. You can't be that good. Hakuna mtu yuko that good. Nah.
That's what sets him apart from wengine. But pia kuna kina nini, kina Wizi pia hufanya the same thing. Even funny thing, hata Jarul. Now there are so many others. Kama unakumbuka kwa hii documentary ya The Art of Rap, kitu, I think it was Stretch.
Yeah.
And you know that some MCs say they don't write down the rhymes and you can tell.
Yeah, kuna hiyo.
Kitu tunaweza fanya.
Alafu unajua kitu
sorry,
interesting na Jay-Z ni alitoka from, I think ile time alitoka from alafu aka slow it down. I think that's the time when he, because I think hizo tu za I can get with that. I think those days he used to write because that was too much ish not to write down. Nakumbuka hiyo time alikuwa anatry sound ka jazz.
Before, that was before Reasonable Doubt, huh?
Yeah.
How
Another controversial opinion I normally have about Reasonable Doubt is Exhibit at the Speed of Life na Exhibit 40 Days and 40 Nights are better albums than Reasonable Doubt. Shasikiza hizo album mbili? No one talks about hizo album worldwide. Hakuna mtu bonga juu hizo album mbili.
Now I might have to go back and listen to them. Exhibit inaweza kumsikiza Restless.
Yeah, hizo ndio vitu zake zote sikuwaisikiza. After ashikande na Dr. Dre, I think the last song nilisikiza yake na Dr. Dre ni ile Bitch Please. Afterwards he changed so much. He changed because Exhibit alikuwa na ngoma zingine hard. Kuna hiyo ngoma itangwa Chamber Music, like Chamber Music waga like ukisikiza hiyo album yake inaitwa 40 Days and 40 Nights, yonzaga na kiskid cha news, alafu Chamber Music in a camp. Chamber Music has this very dark beat that you can never play that on radio, on any commercial radio. Alafu pia unibambanga vile naishaga, I have 2 words for you, those fuck and you. Hiyo ngoma ilikuwa dope sana, itwa Chamber Music. So hizo album zake mbili, like to me, like Reasonable Doubt, because Reasonable Doubt I think comes up in people's conversations because of the fact that Illmatic is there. To me, Illmatic was of course very dope. Illmatic is like one of the best albums ever. After the fact that
Reasonable Doubt.
Illmatic wipes its ass with Reasonable Doubt like shit.
Now I'm one of the wacha sana kupatia pia ni kujenga pia na an interesting take. I find according to me Illmatic is not a favorite Nas album.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because me, that's my favorite Nas album. Afterwards, I think all his albums were average as fuck. They had like dope songs, but they were not dope albums.
I feel it was a more complete album than Illmatic.
Yeah, okay.
It covered all the bases.
Oh, vile tunasema you're allowed. Your opinion is valid. Unajua. Me,
but
Illmatic.
Back to the Exhibit albums, how comes as they come up in any conversation? Hizo album mbili umetaja sijaziona kwa conversation yoyote.
That's the funny thing. I'm sure nikisema hivi karibu na Exhibit hata amini. Like shit, hata amini. Because unajua Exhibit pia alikuwa ushasikia nikiambia wase mwaga a very different type of rap fan because I love rap in all its forms. That means that I love the intricate guys and I love the simple guys. So akina Exhibit waga zile za like ilikuwa ni kwa 3-card molly ile, if it wasn't for the West these rap niggas wouldn't need a vest around their chest, keep busting about where you rest. You see, it's a very simple rhyme pattern, yes? But the way Exhibit delivers that, like you're like damn, like Yojuaku, he knows how to say it. And that was like the first and the second album, they were perfect. And then of course the millions came in at Dr. Dre, which I totally understand. Like that's life-changing money. And then with that akaanza kudo that the bouncing cars and the water, and he moved away from the underground.
Mm.
But to me, he left two classic underground albums. Like hizo two albums, I've never listened to any song and felt like it's a filler. Like unajua ile like, because that's what mu struggle na Nas. Mu feel like Nas yo do album alafu anaamua wacha niimaliza, natafuta tu ngoma naeka alafu inaisha. Akina uchi waliwali uchi bang bang nachiki, like he had nothing to do, let me just jazza. He ends up with alafu hizi maalbum zake zimekuwa zikishinda Grammys. To me they've not been like wow.
I think you'll get flack kwa hiyo ngoma sometimes, I think unfairly. Kumbuka ilikuwa kwa album ya crew yake, so unajua ukiona album ya Bravehearts inaweza kuwa ni mtu yote tu amefeel beat amekuja ati this dope idea. Sasa Nas hawezi kwa dictator, so maybe anamwalau pia I feel included.
Okay.
Ile ingine ambayo sijaelewa
ati ile ingine
sijaelewa kwa nini watu humchoma nayo ni ile na Genuine You Owe Me.
You Owe Me. Okay. Because hizo alikuwa na try, he was trying so much to be commercial. Nacheki like I think that's the reason why watu walikuwa wamejam na yeye. Like when you try so much to be commercial, like you should let it happen. If it happens, it happens. And of course it's an interesting debate, because on the one side, like that's the other thing monaga juu hapa Kenya. Like hapa Kenya, I'm a fan of someone who like kwa hiyo group mnakuaga like is one of the most hated artists, Octo. Unacheki? And Octopizzo, to me, I always tell everyone, Octopizzo took Nini to the major leagues. Like a lot of us wako hapa juu ya Octopizzo. Unacheki? Like he's the one who took us to the major leagues. So ile time nikiona like a struggling rapper akiongea shit juu yake, niko like, dude man, you'd never take us to the leagues this dude took us. So if he's been able to convince all these people that he's a great musician and a great artist, who the fuck are you to come with your own views and feel like unala like more understand like I have such extremes. Kuna msee mwingine pia waga beste yangu Facebook waga like the most anti calligraph guy you'll ever meet. He's anti, alafu ni msee aliishi Arusha, so now he feels like he's Tanzanian and he's a friend of mine. Sijui kwa nini sikumrushia link atoke hapa. Alikuwa amepost something so dumb like ati quote for me one dope calligraph rhyme. I was like, what really dude? Unaona like that's the level na bonga juu yake. Like kuna kuwaga na such biases hapa Kenya.
But kuna ile cliche that art is subjective.
Yeah.
And the reason it's subjective is because artist ashamaliza kazi yake. Once ametoa ngoma yake, once amefanya painting yake, once amefanya nini, ashatoa into the world, ashamaliza kazi yake. So it will connect with whoever it connects to. And two things can exist, especially where art is concerned. Two or even more things can exist in the same space. History yote, especially hiyo story ya Kali na Octo. I don't even think it was the two artists ambao walianza hiyo story yote. It was the common hip hop thing ambayo one artist cannot just be great na mwingine pia akuwe great. Lazima ikuwe huo ni mnoma kuliko nani. Which ideally in art is not practical.
Yeah, because everyone will always feel the shit that they feel. But for me now, for Iko Nini, I always tell people, Iko Nini will always have a soft spot for this dude. Because this dude took us to the major leagues. Like, just took us, like, kuna wase wengi sana. I meet all over there, like, Buddha, Octo. And alafu pia na come to ile, I saw that ile story at why do a lot of talented artists not go to the next level. Alafu kuna msali bonga jua the X Factors. Juko uliona hiyo post ilikuwa ina go around Facebook. So the X factor was some people were born to be superstars, like their presence and their they have this aura that they have, and other people don't have it. So you'll find someone who's in quotes more talented, but they lack that aura. And those two dudes, they have that aura. So najua, like Octo and Calligraph, they have that aura. So you'll find Azizi nilikuwa nasema tu, so maybe I hope this example does not get me into trouble, but maybe someone like, for example, Sua does not have that aura. Does that make sense?
It kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Where it's easier
Like
for some people to reach the next level than others, and it's not about skill, it's just about that superstar energy that they emit.
I was watching actually very similar to, and it's about the same thing. Gonna watch drinks champ interview I've got him ametoka juzi.
Yeah.
So he was talking about vile alikutana na Jarul. So apparently there's a guy drug dealer wako mtaani alimwambia pia mimi nakuanga rapa. Tuko na rap group. So akamwambia kama kuintroduce to the other guys. So watu wakuja studio, kila mtu anajaribu kuspit. Hapo impressed, but anasema the minute Ja alifungua tu mdomo yake, yani alijua this is it.
Yeah.
So that X factor exists. The same way kuna mtu ana walk into a room, haujui anafanya nini, hujai muona, lakini una feel tu huyu mtu lazima kuna kitu noma huwa anafanya. Sijui nini, lakini huyu jamaa kuna kitu ako nayo. So that's fact.
Imenikumbusha interview tulihavyo ya Kagwe Mungai. Kagwe Mungai alikuwa anasema vile kuna time wameishia na Kali to a certain like corporate. Alafu they were looking for a sponsorship and it was a multi-million sponsorship. Asema vile ati Kali alienda huko akabang hiyo table. Hiyo time bado hajasign. Ati mse alibang hiyo table like hii ndio shit tunataka. To corporate wako hapa wametetemeka na bado wakasign. So those are the things like someone has to respect. Musamaga like at some point you have to look at where people have come from and what they've been able to achieve, and you give them their flowers. And there's a very thin line, Musamaga, before between being a critic and being a hater. Like if you had to look at someone who's risen from, so to go back to Okto, like someone has risen from Kibera to being a brand ambassador wa Hennessy, and having people in that your group, nakwambia nishaiona Gasona argue because kuna time Okto amesema Hennessy ni whiskey instead of cognac. Acheki umse ni fala. Niko like Buddha, we ni hater design nyingine. Huoni umse amelipo mamilioni. I think because at that time he'd posted while in Europe. I'm like, that amount of hate, man, it's going to kill you, man. Afu hiyo ndio kitu pia spendagi juu ya rap, because rap has a lot of people who wanted to rap but never rapped. So now they have too much anger about other rappers who follow their dreams. You have to let it go.
That's true. But the thing about Okto, unaweza kuwa na all opinions about him, lakini kuna vitu undeniable, vitu hata mtu anaweza ona. You cannot deny level msemefika. I remember there's a clip ilikuwa na circulate around 2 months back.
Yeah.
Alikuwa in this ballroom. Sijui kama ilikuwa ni event ya yeye kufanya hizi stuff za UN na kitu kama hicho.
Yeah.
So it was a very white room, but ukisikia vile wanamwannounce ati anatokezea hapo ana walk into that room, like just the simple fact that he has been able to go from Kibera to those rooms.
Yeah.
You have no choice but to respect it. You can feel whatever you want to feel about him. Na unaweza kuwa upendi personality yake ama whatever, but it's undeniable what he has been able to achieve. But again, pia yeye anakuwa na moves zingine.
Najua.
Pia
anakuwa dismissive.
Kama in this. Hata si kwa dismissive. Like moves zingine tu shady. Sasa kama history ya hii beef leo ya Kali.
Yeah.
Unaona tweet yake?
Yeah, I think those two don't like each other. Nongata yeye mwenyewe akisema like unajua when you don't like someone, haujasikiaga kuna mse ashaitupatiaga story ati kuna msane za kuudhi mpaka akipita na wewe unaeka sura niko umenusa mavi. Unacheki like, so those two don't love each other, and I don't think there's anything that can ever change that. And I also feel like they've reached that level where they're allowed not to like each other, because they are both successful in their own right. Nacheki, one is more successful than the other. I won't say who I think is more successful than the other, because pia wote ni mabeste zangu, so sitaki another beef to come from that. But yeah, they are
as long as they're all successful.
Yeah. Alafu pia nini, talking of success also, like tukibonga jua nani in the corporate world ama in the NGO world, lazima tubongejua this other dude. When in your wildest dreams did you ever think there'd be a Kenyan rapper performing in a stadium in Sierra Leone? Like, what the fuck? You understand? Like, there are some things you just have to be like, this person has done something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Unakumbuka hiyo
Who is that?
performance? Haukucheki performance ya nani? Calligraph, Sierra Leone. Place wasee walikuwa na dishi watu. Unajua Sierra Leone, like child soldiers used to eat,
Yeah.
like walikuwa naambiwa ukikula msee hautachapwa, ukichapwa na risasi utasurvive. So watu wao walikuwa na dishi wasee wanaenda wanatandikwa risasi unacheki. Like alishia huko na ile the amount of love alionyeshwa, ilikuwa kwa study, haikuwa ati kwa ka club fulani kadogo. So for me just being like a rap fan na kuaga amazed by that. Nakungata kuna like there's a Nini fan who's always like crawls up my ass when nikibonga juu ya Kali na kuaga like, hey, Buda jo, kuna vile jo wago na sifu mseza. Kuna fala fulani mpaka nilichapa screenshot yake on Twitter, like he's always crawls up because more appreciate nikiona vitu zile sikuwa nafikiri zinaweza happen. Like
alafu najua the other good thing like the way beef works, the fact that we know those two guys wako at odds, imefanya conversation inakuwa about hawa wawili. So unaona Kenkaka aliamua yeye ameenda corporate na yeye ameendanga hivyo, utamsikia kwa these conversations, but there is a guy tunasahau. Na pia yeye ni because probably he does more singing than rapping, but apparently in my view he's actually, he might be better than these two niggas. Yashinsky.
Okay, Nyash ni mkali, but I won't say vile nakwambia, like it come to those two dudes, I won't say who, but one of those dudes, nah, there's no way. Like kuna ile like mi naisema like from like purely as a 100% rap fan. Kuna wase wengi wale wananijuaga as that person who introduced them to a lot of rap music, because I was a rap fan and everything that I thought was dope I'd share with people when I was on radio, sindio? And inamaanisha nilikuwa nasikizaga like so much rap music, so from the most simple rhymers to the most intricate rhymers, and one of those dudes, but as a complete artist, as a singer stroke what, yes, he's the ish. I don't think anyone comes close to, ikikam to rapper stroke singer, no one can fuck with Nyashinsky. But ikikam to just purely rap, one of those dudes would eat his whatever. Okay, wacha nisitumie slang ya nani ya Canibus ya eat ass. Ujagile Canibus ali regret afterwards, like
itakuleta shida.
So but of course Nyash ni mkali, no one can nini. Alafu one of the best diss tracks to ever come from Kenya silikuwa tuendelee ama tusiendelee. It won the whole debate because it was a banger. It's the only song that's still played. Every other song died, so that's the song that outlived everyone. So yes, that's to me it's the best. If I was to rate the best diss tracks, and I was remember during that time when Kenya ilikuwa inaanza, I was involved in that scene, sindio? And I'd still say tuendelee ama tusiendelee was the best diss track.
Definitely rank up there. Bado nakuanga na hizo ngoma somewhere in your hard drives?
Some I have, zingine sina jo. Ilikuwa najua you are young dudes,
But the scene was so vibrant that time, man.
Yeah, the scene was vibrant. But so kwa wase wana watch, nimekuwa nikishare hiyo link ukitaka kutujoin. Ni Sunday, we are taking it easy.